I'm Paul Hamilton. I'm with the Canadian Museum of Nature. I'm here today with the students on ice to look at water and water quality and algae and all the biological organisms. Water for me and for actually biological life is the key. And the key meaning that the origin of life came from water. We want to study water. We want to recognize water for water quality because we drink it. We want to swim in it. And surprisingly enough, we on average don't know much about water. So part of my job here with students on ice is to actually teach about water, talk about water. Talk about everything from the chemistry of water all the way down to the biology, what's living in the water, and how the chemistry and the biology meet. Working with the high school students, it's been a pleasure because they bring out sort of the best in us. We want to try and give as much information as we can, and at the same time they're trying to absorb as much information, and we actually learn a lot from them. When we come to the sampling site, we immediately get the students to start looking at the water quality, which means measuring pH, measuring salinity, measuring temperature. We take that information, we record it, and then we immediately move on to look at the biology. And the biology is collecting samples from all the different microhabitats we can find. The samples get put into bags, mark the labels on the bags, then we return back to the ship, and in the evening we have a chance to look at the samples in the microscope, and students always come away amazed at how much material is there. We're back at the lab at the Canadian Museum of Nature in Ottawa. The samples from the trip that we just completed are coming here, and we will start to process them. It will take 3 to 4 months to get the samples processed and into the collection. And during that time, there's some different kinds of processes for different kinds of samples. Some samples we will be drying. Some samples we'll be processing with a digestion of chemicals. And the final ones we just basically dry onto sheets and put on into the collection. We work on water quality and we work on biodiversity of microscopic organisms. And that's a challenge. The general public don't know much about microscopic organisms, and sometimes are afraid of microscopic organisms. We're a museum that houses the natural history of Canada, and it's our job to try and get that information out to the public as best we can. And part of that is through associations with the students on ice. This is a fantastic opportunity for members of our museum like myself to be able to learn and to truly get the kinds of information and the relevant information to the public in a meaningful way.